Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your daily live stream and Chelsea news update, guys. And as always, there is plenty to dive into. It looks like Chelsea are going to miss out in the race for Riccardo Calafiori to Arsenal. Arsenal look like they're in pole position for the Italian. No offers have gone in yet, but they are believed to be in the driving seat. Chelsea want to offer a player in the deal, but right now are definitely behind Arsenal in the race for the Italian defender. The Blues also, like Nottingham Forest's Murillo, as we know, they're put off by the asking price. There's a chance that Ben Chilwell could leave this summer if Chelsea sign a left-sided defender. They're also open to Mark Cucurella leaving if a decent offer comes in for him, but they're not desperate to move him on, which is great news to hear. Chelsea have also reportedly made an offer for Corinthians wonder kid Wesley, 19-year-old left winger, with the Brazilian club valuing him at 20 million euros. Yes, another one. And then we've also got the latest and the fallout from, obviously, Neil Bath and Jim Fraser deciding to leave Chelsea. Very popular figures at the club, done absolutely superb work for the academy. They've built that from nothing to one of the, if not the best academy in world football. So to see those two moving on for whatever reasons you want to believe, like the fact that they wanted to leave is a concern in itself. So yeah, there's obviously plenty to get stuck into. Plus, one of the Chelsea masseurs is leaving to join Arsenal. Not really sure why that's news that gets reported. A masseuse has gone to join Arsenal. Why is that sort of news being reported? I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, plenty to get into, guys. Packed show as always. Get involved in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are new around here, guys. And let's get this show on the road. And let's start with the Riccardo Calafiori stuff then, because we know that Chelsea are interested. We know that Arsenal are interested. We know that Juventus obviously have an agreement with the player, but Bologna and Juventus relations between the clubs are believed to not be that great at the moment, which is understandable. And yeah, obviously Bologna would rather sell abroad than sell to Juventus. So Fabrizio Romano reporting yesterday, Arsenal ahead for Calafiori. They have presented their proposal to him along with the project, and he's open to joining them. Chelsea wants to include players in the deal. Let's see what happens. I mean, look, as much as I don't want to, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I always try and be balanced. I'm not one of those people that just wants to be negative about everything at the football club because it's just tiresome, a waste of energy, it's boring. But I will equally 100% call things out and criticize ownership, individuals, players, whatever it might be, when it's warranted. And I think that's absolutely the best way to be. You know, if people don't always agree, that's cool. But I'll always try and say it how I think it is and try and be as fair and as balanced as possible. And I think right now with this, look, I don't think we're dilly-dallying. I don't think Chelsea are just sitting back in their chairs and they go, yeah, go on. Do you know what, lads? You have a free run at him. We'll try and sort something else out. I think we have to be honest and we have to be realistic here, people, is that right now, if a player's presented with Chelsea or Arsenal, then as much as we want to think that we're still a big pull, and I think to a degree we are, Arsenal are coming. They're an exciting prospect. They're challenging for the big trophies. They're a lot closer to winning than we are. There's stability at the club. All things that Chelsea don't have at this point in time. But no offers have been submitted, as in actual official offers. Yeah, sure, proposals may well have been submitted to the player through intermediaries and whatnot, but an actual club-to-club offer between Arsenal and Bologna or Chelsea and Bologna for Riccardo Calafiori, that has not taken place. Absolutely hasn't taken place. So we look, whilst it's not looking great right now, and it does look like we are set to miss out on the player, You just never know. We could have another Mudryk-style hijack, but we're going to have to get creative with it. We know that the transfer fee believed to be around 50, 55 million euros, but Bologna obviously owe 50% of that. 50%, half of the fee to Basel, who have a 50% sell-on clause. So 50 million euros nets them 25. But if we were to offer, say, 30 million euros and a player, that makes the deal maybe a bit more worthwhile. Yes, they might only get 15 million euros, but they get 15 million euros and a player, which would probably take it up to the value of the deal in the first place. No, it would be. I'm not saying that it's because he's not a target, but it would be in a sense that he looks like he's pretty set on going to Arsenal. So if we can sort of come in last minute, maybe try and outdo them, get creative, offer him something a little bit different. But I think there's also a clearer plan for him at Arsenal in terms of, I think it's more obvious where he plays. There's nowhere near as much competition for places as well. So, no proposals have come in yet, but it's not looking great right now. We do appear to be behind. But behind right now does not mean down and out. One thing with Chelsea is you never count them out in the race for anyone. But right now we are certainly behind. I think that much is absolutely clear. We are behind in the race for Calafiori. And look, we have to hope that maybe we can convince Bologna by using some players, which might help them out, which might interest them. Sweeten a deal in a way. You could easily use a Cesare Casadei or someone like that. I mean, I don't know what players they would be looking for, who they'd be wanting. I mean, they've obviously probably want a defender, but I don't get the feeling that Trevor Chalobah would move to Bologna. Yes, they're playing Champions League football, but I'm not really sure if he'd be open to being part of a deal. Could you maybe send Alfie Gilchrist on loan to them as part of a deal? Would they want Gilchrist? Would they accept Gilchrist as part of a deal? So, look, we've got players we can send them, but it just depends. Are the players open to a move? Firstly, we don't know that, and secondly, who are they thinking that they might want? That's the big thing. If Chelsea went in and got him, Arsenal fans would be in meltdown. Yeah, look, it would be fantastic. It would be absolutely wonderful to see, guys. It would be wonderful to see. No doubt about it. It would be glorious. But right now, I think we're on the back foot. It's not looking likely at this point in time. He's going to Chelsea. I'm not worried, bro. I'd love to share your confidence. I'm not really sure what you're basing it on, but I mean, yeah, I would love to share the confidence. I'd love to be kind of that optimistic on the situation, but yeah, I'm not too sure if there's as much to be optimistic about on this one. 50 million euros is cheap in the market. Yeah, it is. He's not massively overpriced at all. I think he's only got 2 or 3 years left on his deal. It's not a big price for someone of that quality. That would fit the system well. That is what Maresca's looking for. Can play left back, can play centre back, can play left side defender in a 3. It fits the mold of what he's looking to do for that kind of like utility style of player that can fill multiple positions within the squad. So now it's down to us. Now it's down to the people in charge to try and see what they can do, because I think, we've got some convincing to do. That presentation, those lot need to dust down their skills on the presentation, fire it up, give it a little practice run through, and then we just got to hit it hard. I mean, look, I'm just throwing names out there. Gilchrist is going to leave on loan this season. There's obviously interest from Como in Serie A. I'm not saying that Gilchrist would go on loan to a Champions League club. I would just maybe using it as an example potentially. Go and get Bayer Leverkusen centre half left-footed. I mean, Hincapi potentially. What else have we got? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've not seen those names mentioned, but again, look, Chelsea aren't short of players that they could potentially offer in a deal. It just depends, obviously, whether those players were open to the move and whether Bologna actually want those players that we might be thinking about including. Hincapié would be perfect for us, can play 6 when needed. I don't think we really need any 6s, but yeah. Ferdi Kadigoglu, cheap alternative, was great for Turkey against Austria. I mean, to be honest, I've never really heard of him before. But yeah, look, there's options, people. There's options out there. I'm just not so sure why we're so insistent on signing a left-sided defender. That would be the big thing for me. What's the necessity for a left-sided defender right now? You know, I think there's much more important things that we could be focusing on. But the club obviously think they know best. Fair enough. But there's a bit more on Calafiori here as well. More on Calafiori. Mikel Arteta, approved defender, part of a 3-defender targets list. Arsenal have good relationship with Bologna after Tomiyasu deal. Request is around 50 million euros. Still no formal bid. Chelsea would offer players as part of the deal. Fair enough. So that's where we are right now in terms of Calafiori. Arsenal leading the race, but what we must make clear here, people, is that no offers have gone in from anyone for Calafiori. Bologna's preference is to sell abroad. As far as I'm aware from what I've been reading, the player's preference is still to go to Juventus, regardless of the fact that he might be open to going to Arsenal or Chelsea or whatever it might be. So, you know, there's possibilities for us, but I'm just concerned that he's not really needed. Look, I absolutely get that there's doubts about Ben Chilwell in terms of he's not hit top form since he's come back from injury. He might not get to that pre-injury form. There are doubts about whether he suits Maresca's style of play. Has he got the capabilities to invert into midfield? Has he got the capabilities to play left centre back in a back 3? You would have to say no. In my opinion, you would have to say no. That's the reality of the situation. You know, for me, look, of course, players can prove you wrong. Players could adapt to the system, adapt to the style of play. But I look at Ben Chilwell, and I've always said he's one of the biggest losers from Maresca coming in, because I don't think he's got the characteristics or the skill set to fill roles that Maresca wants and to play in a way that Maresca wants to play as well. By now, you should know that we're not getting any proven young players. Operation Calafiori is another lost target. I don't know if it's a lost target. We're certainly behind. But what I would say is there's a number of things involved in any sort of deals as well. A number of things involved. So yeah, ultimately, you know, it would be disappointing to miss out to Arsenal. Of course, it would be. You know, it's always disappointing to miss out, regardless. But no offers have gone in yet. So until he's holding up an Arsenal shirt, or until he's holding up whatever shirt it might be, like, we still have to try and keep a little bit of faith with this one. Guys, 90 in the building, only 28 likes. Please smash that like button, people. Let's get this up to over 50 likes. We should be well on the way to 100 likes by now, people. So make sure we get it done. Make sure we get it done. Please do smash the like button. Please do run it up, people. Should be well over 50 likes by now. So get to work, guys, and keep smashing that like button as well. Cucurella is good, and Ben Chilwell as a backup, not bad. If we dump Chilwell, then we target a top left back. Yeah, I would agree on that front. Yes, big up, big up. We are only getting free transfers and kids. Let's wait and see. Look, right now, it's not the most inspiring window, but then got to be fair. There is still a way to go in regards to the transfer window. So there's still just under 2 months of the window left. A lot can happen in that time. So let's try and remain positive. But ultimately, right now, it's not looking the best. To be honest, it's not looking the best. But we can rescue it, people. We can rescue it. Chelsea need a better ball-playing goalkeeper than Sanchez. Well, look, I would agree on that. Sanchez is going to be assessed in the pre-season. Let's see what Maresca makes of him. Let's see how Sanchez adapts to the Maresca style. Why are we not getting a goalkeeper? Look, I think with a goalkeeper situation, the two are going to be assessed. And well, mainly Sanchez. Petrovic, I don't think there's an issue with, but Sanchez is going to be assessed in the pre-season, and then we're gonna roll from there and see what happens, guys. We're going to roll from there and see what happens. I haven't seen outgoings yet, and Fab is a liar. He said we were busy in the market. Yeah. Well, why is he lying? We are going to be busy in the market. Just because we're not getting like daily reports of everything going on, it doesn't mean that stuff's not happening behind the scenes. Not every single little thing that happens is going to get reported. Bologna prefers any club over Juve. Yeah, Bologna and Juve are not good relations. He did look good the other night. Chelsea should focus on goalkeeper, striker, and left wing positions. If we can get better than Mitrovic or Sterling, would be great. Yeah, look, there's definitely a lot of things to work on at the moment. Guys, I'm trying to get through as many of these as I can. Calafiori is a good player, but he's been massively overrated during the transfer window. I'm not sure he's been overrated. He is a good player. I'm not sure if people are overrating him. Let's see on that front. Got a feeling Chelsea could hijack this deal. I don't think right now there's anything to hijack because nothing is seriously advanced with anyone, I don't think. Is coming Chelsea. So let's wait and see. Look at another centre back on the left side that maybe has the versatility to play on the left side. Look, we absolutely still have a chance. Until the deal's done, there is always and there's always an opportunity, always a chance, people. Always a chance. But yeah, what else we got going on? Yes, big up, Stephen. Hope you're doing. Are the Costa links true? I've not seen any Diogo Costa links from any sort of serious sources or anything like that. So I'll kind of refrain on getting excited about that one. Deadline day on the 30th. It was on the 30th of August? Maybe. I don't know. Take me back to January 2023. Fair enough. Oh, look, of course he's going to want to play Champions League. Of course he is. We're not stupid. We know that Champions League is a massive pool for players. And if he's going to swap the Champions League club in Bologna, then he's probably going to want the Champions League. And with Arsenal, you are guaranteed to be playing Champions League football. Whereas with us, you don't know when we're next going to be back in the Champions League. That's the big thing. Somerville or Nico Williams for left wing. I don't think we're going to get Nico Williams, too expensive. If we could get Lukaku, Sterling and Chilwell out and off the wage bit, we could target top signings. It's not about not having the money for top signing. It's about whether Chelsea think they are prepared to pay the top money for the signings. It's not about not having the money. It's about are we prepared to pay the money? No, that just isn't true. He's good. He's one of the biggest talents coming up in Europe right now. 22 years of age, versatile defender, Italian international. He is good. There's no doubt about it. He's good. Is he a world beater at this point? No, he's absolutely not. But he is a very talented boy. 100% very talented boy. What else have we got? Gutted, we've got Hall, second-rate player. Why are people writing players off before they've even kicked a ball for us? It doesn't make it. I don't understand that. William Pachau from Frankfurt is as good as Calafiori. He's a left-footed centre-back, Ecuadorian, just like Hincapié. Fair enough. He's still a top prospect, has a higher ceiling. Let's see. Chelsea have already made... okay, great. Calafiori to Chelsea will happen. Apparently, he wants Chelsea. I mean, he has said in the past, I think 2 years ago in 2022, he did say that his dream was to play for Chelsea. So let's really see if he stays true to his word from 2 years ago. Let's see if he stays true to his word from 2 years ago. That would be that we have to wait and see on. That's what he said. Yeah, there was something along those lines. Mark my words, Madrid will get a good upcoming season. Maresca will drill in for. I think he will as well. I agree on that. Calafiori is not an actual left back. The hype is insane when Cucurella is the hottest left back at the moment. Colwell's not going to play left back. But again, Calafiori coming in, if he does come in, it requires someone to leave. Are we confident that we can actually sell Ben Chilwell and that Chilwell wants to leave and there's a deal out there to be done that we would find acceptable? Are we confident that we can get Trevor Chalobah to leave? You know, this is my point. Why are we going after players where it's almost like we're targeting them because we don't want someone else to have them? It's like literally every player that is linked with a move, our name seems to be attached to them in some way. You know, we need to focus on the targets that are important. I'm not saying necessarily that this pursuit is detracting from looking for a striker, from looking for a winger, from looking for a whatever. But it almost feels like the signings we've made are none of them are in the priority areas that we need to address. All right, you could look at Guiu and think, okay, it's a striker, but it's not. No signings so far, in my opinion, that we've made are moving the needle, are making the first team any better. Sure, it might be making the squad a bit stronger, but in terms of the actual first 11, none of the signings that we're making are improving the first 11, and that for me is a problem, because we're not improving the first 11, and the first 11 does drastically needs improving. That much is for sure. Drastically needs improving. So let's wait and see what business we start doing. But I think this Calafiori stuff will be set for a conclusion soon. And look, we're in with a chance. We're behind. I don't fancy our chances, but whilst nothing's done, the opportunity is still there, and it would be amazing if we could hit Arsenal for 6 and nick him off them. It would be wonderful. It really would be. But I'm not confident right now. Prefer Hernandez or Davies, or just keep Hall. Hall and Martin are both gone, so we're not keeping any of them. I don't think Chilwell leaving if Calafiori signs. When he signs, it's curtains for Badiashile. No, I don't think it is at all. I don't think it is curtains for Badiashile. I don't care if we miss this guy, but get me a proven striker. Look, brother, Isak is not coming, and neither is Ollie Watkins. So you need to forget about those names. If the right back gets inverted, then Cucurella isn't what you want as your left centre back in a back three. No, I disagree. I think Cucurella can absolutely play that left centre back in a back three. He's done it at Brighton. He can do it. You know, he absolutely can do it. Guys, 122 in the building, only 39 likes. Come on, people. What are we playing at here? Smash that like button. Get it up over 50 likes. Get it towards the 100 likes target, guys. You know, we're slacking at the moment. Let's make sure we get there. Let's make sure we get there, guys. So please do run up those likes. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here as well. We are heading towards 10.4k subscribers, guys. So make sure you subscribe right now. 4 more subscribers required, people, until we get to 10,360. So come on, people, smash that subscribe button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Let's get moving, guys. Let's get moving. Run these likes up. If Enzo meets Gallagher and who's Chodolaba? It's Chalobah. Let's see. What else have we got? We are messing around with trying to do swap deals or add players to deals. We are signing players to improve us now. Give it an hour. We will be linked with another kid instead. Maresca's done the interview. I just don't know why Chelsea haven't released it yet. But according to reports, Maresca has done the interview, and it's up to Chelsea when they decide to release it. So I don't know what their plans are for deciding to release it. Cucurella has played left midfield positions at the beginning of his career. We don't need California or Calafiori, and Chile can be the backup. No, there's no hate for Chile, but the reality is that he doesn't suit what Maresca's looking to do. If you believe the reports at how Maresca's looking to play, then Chilwell does not suit those characteristics. Look, again, he could prove everyone wrong, on the face of it, I don't look at Chilwell as someone that can convert into midfield. Chilwell's not someone that can play left-sided defender in a back three. These are things that Enzo Maresca is looking for. Now, whilst I still think a Chilwell departure is unlikely, there's no doubt about it that he's one of the big losers from Enzo Maresca coming in, because the style of football that Maresca plays does not suit Ben Chilwell's skill set. So there we go. Yeah, sure. I agree. I absolutely agree. A defender is not a priority, in my opinion, right now. Absolutely not. A defender absolutely isn't a priority. So let's wait and see what scenario unfolds for us, and what scenario is in store on that one. We have finished. Model is shite. Fair enough. End of the day, all bar two players are here of the Chelsea we adored and watched this latest score since the owners have done nothing so far. Yeah, I hear it. With Calafiori, it more looked like Tosin right centre back, Cole as centre back, and Calafiori would tuck in from left back to left centre back. To me, it seems the club doesn't trust Chilwell to stay fit. Look, there's obviously the Chilwell fitness issues and the fact that maybe they don't trust him to be able to perform the roles that you have stated there. Sure. Are we linked with anyone to improve us now, not in the future? Saw reports saying not looking for a striker now. Look, again, with a striker scenario, for me anyway, like there's very sort of the old-fashioned number 9 is dying out. And I think it's more the type of players we're going to look at are players that obviously are strikers, but more ones that are comfortable across the front line. That's more what it is now. Well, this is a big question. And look, until we see it or get the chance to see it, then it's hard to give a definitive answer. But I think based on what you watch of Ben Chilwell and how he plays the game, you would suggest that sort of style does not suit what he's looking to do. Gusto, wonder where Gusto will fit in. Gusto will play right back. Very simple. I think he's got the capabilities to invert as well. But yeah, Gusto will be playing as right back. That for me is certain. But yeah, guys, that is the latest on Riccardo Calafiori. Arsenal leading the race. They're in pole position. Chelsea are there. We want to offer players in the deal. Let's see what happens. But apparently, a bid from Arsenal is imminent. So let's wait and see what they do. Let's see how this one develops, and let's see how this one unfolds. But I don't feel confident on this one. But with us in the transfer market, never say never. We've got the ability to pull off a madness. We've got the ability to do something big. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on this one. There's every opportunity. But let's move away from Riccardo Calafiori because there's not too much more to add on him. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about, bro, if you're feeling that tonight, fair enough. I'll be back later on tonight if that is the case. But I personally don't see that being the case. But I could be wrong. I, of course, could absolutely be wrong. There is always that. But yeah, what we're going to talk about now, people, Napoli have expressed their willingness to lower Osimhen's valuation to 100 million euros. Yeah, look, Napoli may have to lower Osimhen's valuation because, right now we're into July and there is nothing for Osimhen in terms of concrete offers or anything like that. A departure from Napoli for Osimhen is not looking any closer than it was right at the end of the season. No progress has been made at all. No, I'm not ruling him out. I'm just saying that, things don't look particularly good for him because A, because of the injuries, and B, because I don't look at his skill set as good as he's been for this football club. and look at him and think, yeah, he can suit that style, inverting into midfield, playing left side in a back three. I don't look at him as having those things. But anyway, let's move into the main scenario, the big breaking news from last night, and that was that where is it? Here we go. So Neil Bath and Jim Fraser's departures signal a seismic shift for Chelsea's academy under the ownership of Clearlake and Todd Bowley, with a new management structure expected to be led by Joe Shields, as well as Director of Global Recruitment Sam Jewell, set to be announced in the coming weeks. Now, the reason why this is such big news in terms of Neil Bath and Jim Fraser leaving, two of the best in the business. They've built that academy from nothing to one of, if not the best in the world. And they're also, two popular figures leaving the club. Owners have to be careful they don't lose the heart and soul. And of course, the heart and soul is what's built and whatnot. But it does feel like that. Very much feels like a big shift. And this was the last thing left of what you might call the old Chelsea. Now everything is new under the new ownership. Everyone they're looking for, they're putting their own people in everywhere, and they're undergoing a seismic shift for the academy, a big restructuring. Neil Bath has been at the football club for 30 years. Cobham's been running for 30 years under Bath and Fraser. And look, they've done a brilliant job. Everywhere you look when you're watching football, there are players that have come through the ranks at Cobham. Cobham is a top academy. Whatever you think of it, whether players come into the first team or not, we produce players that go on and have very good careers. And it is one of the best places for your footballing development in world football. There's absolutely no doubt about it in my mind on that one. Look, it's scary. It's going to be different, but you've got to be optimistic. Not all change is doom and gloom, but there are absolutely questions to be answered on that front. Neil Bath left not because he wanted to leave, but he left because of the way that Jim Fraser was dismissed. He didn't like how Jim Fraser was dismissed, so he then decided that he was leaving. And this is a common theme under this ownership. Like, they are not respectful to long-serving staff when deciding to get rid of them. Not respectful. It's very much business-like. It's very. It's not. People aren't getting the send-offs or being treated in the way that they deserve for the way that it goes. And Bath left because of how Fraser was fired. Fraser was forced out of the football club, and then Bath chose to leave on his own accord because of that. But ultimately, I think the biggest thing for me is that what is going on at the football club in terms of the way that we're treating long-establishing members. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at right now? Because whatever I'm seeing is not good. And let's make two things absolutely clear right now, right? When you spend decades, they spent 30 years building up Cobham to be the best academy in the country, you simply do not leave that job without having concerns about the direction or the management of the club. That simply does not happen. That simply does not happen. And the second thing is, is on this one, when you have a best-in-class academy, why do you need to then radically restructure it? Those two things don't add up. It's obviously being brief that they both left amicably. I think that probably isn't the case. You don't need to radically restructure the academy if it's a best-in-class academy that everyone believes it to be. So You know, this is a problem. You know, the decision to get rid of Jim Fraser was the ownership. You know, and as a result of that, Bath felt that his position was untenable because the pair of them worked very, very closely together. And look, I'll be honest, right? What I think about this is, right, the problem is not necessarily making the change. It's the way that you act among your colleagues and the culture you set. And I get the feeling that this ownership doesn't particularly act well amongst their colleagues, is not setting a particularly good culture at the football club. And I think we have to be honest. I don't think the culture coming from the top is very good. You know, and this is not about the change. This is more about the way that the change has come about. For me personally, more about the way that the change is coming about. It's also about you know, and this is the crux of it, is that, you know, the departure of obviously Jim Fraser, like with so many other long-serving staff, according to reports, has been described as just business-like, you know, often impersonal, dismissive, a kind of a sorry, but that's life sort of thing, a quick moving on to the next one. And this, for me, is the big problem because, of course, you know, you can have conversations, you can have arguments about whether the management of the academy could be improved. And that's absolutely fine. How can you push on and improve what you're doing to continue delivering the excellence, continue to raise the bar that has been done? But the way that this ownership, the people at the football club now seem to be treating members of staff, seem to be treating long-term members of staff, that is a big problem. And you know what? Like, this ownership have shown ambition. They've done a lot of good things, but I tell you what, there's a lot of things that are shit, and there are a lot of things that they massively have fucked up on. You know, massively fucked up on, in my opinion. And I'm going to reel off some of these now, you know, because there are some in the fan base. I'm not saying anyone in this chat necessarily, but if there isn't anyone in the chat that, you know, backs the ownership blindly, whatever they do, please step forward, state your case, make yourself known. But let's be real here. Let's be real here. Let's be realistic here, right? So, according to some people, you can't question anything the ownership do, despite the fact they took over. We just won the Champions League. We went from third, I think we finished that season. We went from third to 12th in one season. We're on our fourth manager in 2 years. We've got no shirt sponsor for the second year in a row. We spent 2 months interviewing Mauricio Pochettino, only to sack him a year later. We haven't found a pathway for academy players. We're no closer to finding a solution for the stadium. We're obsessed with youth signings over quality and improving in the first team. And these lot said we were failing on a sporting and commercial front. Now, I'm sick of it. I've had enough of that bollocks from them. Utter bollocks. The fact that we might start a second successive season wearing sponsorless shirts, I don't care. Personally, from a fan point of view, I like the sponsorless shirt, but it's not good enough. They haven't learnt from last season. They've had plenty of time to negotiate a good deal. So what are they doing? What the fuck are these men doing? Seriously, you know, fans have got every right not to trust a single decision that this ownership makes, because they've yet to prove in any aspect that they can be trusted on any decisions that they take. Yes, not all the decisions have been bad, but the vast majority have been. And after spending over $1 billion, and look, it's not all for the first team, but after spending that money, you know, I can't sit here and say that I'm confident in anything this ownership does or in any decisions that they take. You know, this is the reality, and that's my opinion. I think that's the truth. I think it's the reality, and more people need to start waking up to what is going on at this football club under this ownership, because too many people right now are blinded. They're just lapping up everything they do. These lot can't do anything wrong. Or if you criticize something the football club does, it doesn't mean you support them, you know? They have been. You can't trust a single decision that they've taken, because right now, any decisions that they've made are yet to work out and have not been a success. You know, the first team have been dog shit for 2 years, and there doesn't seem to be any recruitment plans to improve the first team. They're obsessed with the future rather than the present. These lot need to fix up, and they need to fix up fast, because what they're doing right now is unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. You know, and the second you stop questioning, you become part of it. People don't like it, but I'm just saying what I see, and how people want to take that is entirely on them. You know, entirely on them. And fundamentally, people want to pretend otherwise, but there is absolutely a lot to be worried about moving forward with the future of this football club. And if people want to bury their heads in the sand and they want to choose to believe that that's not the case, that is on them. But I'm not going to sit here and say that everything's fine, everything's rosy in the garden, and you know every decision's brilliant. You know, I know exactly what we're trying to do, because right now the rap sheet for dog shit decisions is getting longer and longer by the day. And that is as simple as that. I will applaud and commend ambition in the transfer market, wanting to make us the best. But every decision so far has gone against everything they've said. We want to build something. We want something long-term. We want stability. You've had 4 fucking managers in 4 years. You spent 2 months interviewing Maurizio Pochettino to sack him off less than a year later. We're a joke. That is a reality. We are a joke right now. We are a joke right now, people. And look, I don't hate the ownership. This is not me hating the ownership on any account whatsoever. By the way, guys, 156 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. Get this up to 100 likes, people. It's free and it takes seconds to do. We are 35 away. Make sure we do that. Make sure we do it. How? Can you please tell me how? It could well prove to be in the long term. Sure, it could be. But right now, this is not proven to be an upgrade in any way. I get it that football ownership's evolved. You're not going to get a situation with an owner like Roman. And Roman was no saint, by the way. There was a lot of shit things that he did as well. But I'd love to hear from a Chelsea eye test as to why he thinks it's an upgrade, and if he disagrees with anything I've said, because the reality is right now that what we are seeing from the ownership is there's a rap sheet of dog shit decisions that is long and is getting longer by the day. Way too harsh in my opinion. The first one was awful, hence why Todd handed out a contract to kind of release clause, but it's not doom. No, I'm not saying it's doom and gloom. But what I'm saying is right now, there are plenty of things to question. And if people just want to pretend that everything's fine, then I just think that's massively, massively naive and not missing the point. You know, it doesn't make you any less of a fan if you question stuff. You know, that's the reality here. And this is not just about this restructure of the academy. This is just about the general direction the club's gone in since the ownership took over. You know, it's that's the thing, you know. And you know, maybe if we miss out on Champions League for the 3rd season running, maybe it will start to click with everyone. Or then maybe those people will just be like, oh well, it's a 5-year project, don't worry about it. And look, I'm not here to please people. I'm true to my own thoughts and feelings, and if people disagree and have their own thoughts and feelings on a situation, that is absolutely fine. No problem at all. You know, I'm not going to fall out. I'm not going to fall out with people about it. But yeah, I just think there is a worry right now for me that there's a worry for me that not enough people are calling out what's going on. And I don't hate this ownership, by the way, but I am pointing out that there is a trend and a cause for concern, an absolute cause for concern right now with what's going on. And that's my opinion. People feel free to disagree. No problem. But actions actions speak louder than words, and their actions so far since they've taken over have not backed up a single word that they've said. So how can you really have any trust in the decisions being taken at the football club? That's the reality. That's my opinion. And as I said, it's not about the changes in the academy. It's not specifically about that. It's about just a wider situation of not being happy with what's going on so far. And I think that's a perfectly fair thing to say, to not be happy with what's going on. So yeah, if you don't like it, fine, no problem. If you disagree with me, no problem. But yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned with what's going on right now. And I understand, look, ultimately, we have to be realistic here, right? New ownership are going to want to have their own people and do things their own way. No issue with that. I get that. We all know that. My issue with is that, vast change is being made way too quickly. Too many things are all being changed at once. Too many things are all being changed at once. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. More sustainable financial model, more focus on academy than under Roman. We're not just buying, bro, that's exactly what we're doing. We're just buying everyone and anyone. Look, yeah, for sure. I get it. By the way, I'm not saying that everything is negative with this ownership. There's the financial sustainability, reining that wage list in was absolutely needed, 100%. More folks, I get it. Under Roman, the academy wasn't really a big thing. I fully get that, but players did come through. JT, Mount, Reese, Loftus-Cheek, Hudson-Odoi. Guys did come through. It's not like the academy under Roman was completely neglected, but I think under this situation, it looks like that anyone worth anything from the academy is just going to get fucked off for profit. So my point is, what pathway right now is there from the academy to the first team? That would be my point. No, if people think it's dramatic, that's fine. If people want to bury their head in the sand and think everything's fine and just go about their business, that's cool. No worries. No worries. Because of sure. But let's be honest, right? That obviously accelerated it. But if we're being real, I think the likes of your Mounts and your Reece Jameses were good enough to have broken through anyway, without a ban. I think they would have broken through anyway. But yeah, this is not about the academy. This is just about the general decision making at the football club that I feel, things aren't necessarily all rosy in the garden like a lot of people like to make out. I genuinely think there are a lot of things to be concerned about, and that's my opinion. And if you disagree, no problem. We're all, at the end of the day, we all want Chelsea to do well. We're all Chelsea fans, and we all love the club, and we all love the team, and we want them to do well. So I'm just sharing my concerns and saying how I see it. And I'm all for healthy debate and that. So let's see. Let's see on that. Of course, that's the way you only keep the best. Yeah, sure. I get it. I'm not sitting here calling for every single academy player to be playing the first team. I'm not saying that. I've never said that. But what I'm saying is, if you're good enough, you should be given an opportunity, not just binned off for profit. And look, I get it. It's exciting. We're bringing in amazing talents from South America, your Estevals, your Paez's and whatnot. But what does that say for the guys from the academy that they'd rather go and bring them in than trust the best from our own. So yeah, look, it is what it is, people, at the end of the day. It is what it is. But all I'm saying is that, it's a bit of a concern. Not all change is bad. Neil Bath and Jim Fraser were not going to be at this football club forever. They were going to leave one day. There was going to be a restructuring. Things were going to be different. I've got full trust in Joe Shields, and different could be better. And this is not about this specific decision. It's just about a whole host of things that have gone on since the takeover. That's my main point on it. And I think for me personally, the fact that we keep on buying foreign kids, okay, good players potentially, but we keep on buying foreign kids, it looks like it's a neglection of Cobham. And the fact that this is my problem, right, is that we're in July right now. And first question, for the last 2 years, who's been good enough from the first team? What do you mean who's been good enough? What do you mean who's been good enough from the first team? We just mean in general. Concerns are credible, but Roman had a chance to build a legacy, which he did to an extent, but we had no star. I agree. Look, we're forever grateful for Roman, forever grateful. But things weren't perfect under him. It was win at all costs. It was brutal. It was sign whoever the fuck you wanted to sign, without giving any credence to whether it suited the style of play, whether it suited the team, suited the manager, whether their character was right for the football club. But we built a team and a squad that was capable of winning, so it almost didn't really matter who the manager was. Academy players, what from the last 2 years? I mean, I'm not disagreeing here. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you that not enough have come. I'm not saying that every player that comes from the academy is good enough. I'm not saying that there are any obvious standout ones. All I'm saying is there's 2 super chats that I need to get to. By the way, I'll come back to this. 2 super chats here. Big up to these man for sending them in. Wasn't Jordan the sponsor who made top 4? There were reports that Jordan were going to do a deal with a London club if they got into the Champions League. It was likely to be Arsenal or Tottenham. Chelsea or Tottenham, but none of us finished in Champions League football. So it looks like the Jordan deal is off the table. Yes, big up, brother. Ownership made this clear. We buy young, develop and sell. We're trying to be self-sustainable. Look, I'm under no illusions, right? I'm fully aware the academy, the best will play and the rest will be sold on. We've been doing that for years and years and years. Man City do it all the time with their academy. The best will play and they'll sell the rest. That's how it works. It's a business. I absolutely get that. My issue more is maybe not with trusting the academy. Because if you think you've got a best-in-class academy, you think you've got one of the best academies in the world, but you are not trusting it, where you'd rather go and buy youngsters from elsewhere. And look, you have to get a blend. Of course you do. You have a blend between the two. I get that. The fact we've been crying out for a world-class striker since Lukaku did the interview is a joke. I get it. Equity firms always do this: reduce expenditure, buy undervalued assets, sell existing assets, make things more profitable. Look, I haven't got any issue with the plans. It's just that nothing they've done so far aligns with what they've said. Roman loaned a ton of kids for profit, did he not? No one better than I when we were winning. Look, of course, things get... things are analysed more and highlighted more when you're not doing well. I absolutely get that. But... I absolutely get that. Of course you are, and that's always the way. And the quickest way to get people to not talk about things is absolutely by winning. By the way, people, 155 in the building still. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. Run it up to 100 likes. We should be over 100 likes by now. on 80 at the moment. We need another 20 likes, guys. So please do smash the like button. Also subscribe if you are new round here as well. We should be heading towards 10,360. We are making good progress, guys. We're on 10,365. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get this to 10,370 subscribers. That would be greatly appreciated. But run these likes up, guys. 15 to go. Get this to 100. Should be light work. Look, the issue is more about the precedent it sets. The issue is not necessarily in the actions themselves. It's about the precedent that it sets. That realistically, you're just going to be, are you actually going to get given a chance from the academy if you're good enough? We don't know this. That's the thing. The best will get a chance and play, and the others will be sold. I get that, but right now, through the actions of the football club to date, I'm not even sure that the best are even going to get a chance when they come through the academy. Yeah, of course, absolutely, I agree. I'm not asked whether they're. I absolutely agree there. Of course, it's nicer to win with your own players from the academy. Of course, it is. But ultimately, I'm like you. I don't care where they're from as long as we win. That's the main thing. That's always been the case. No one's saying that any different. That every player should get a chance from the academy. No one's saying that. We need to realise one thing. Clear Lake agreed an investment of 2.5 billion into the club, and they won't spend a penny more than that. CFC is an asset and needs to be sold with profit. Yeah, and this is why I never buy into this theory that a lot of people think that the owners they're not here to win. Brother, they want to make money. They want to make money, and winning is the quickest way to do that. So this idea that people think this ownership don't want to win, they've been successful all their life in their various ventures. You don't spend this much money on an asset to then decide that you don't want to win. So I never send any credence to that whatsoever. Never send any credence to that whatsoever. Big up for the super chats coming in. You said there's no plans for a new stadium, but we're buying property. Yeah, look, we've bought the Oswald Stoll mansion site next to the ground, right? Okay, great. What we're saying is that we should be further down the line with plans for a new stadium. There's yet to really be 2 years into this. And look, I'm not saying a stadium is a quick fix or whatever, but you would expect over 2 years in now there to be a bit more of a clearer plan as to what's going on. Musiala didn't make it, but no Chelsea fans complained. There was nothing we could do about Musiala. When you're under 16, you're free to leave. There's nothing stopping you leaving. All that's got to be paid is compensation. His family wanted to go back to Germany. We couldn't do anything about it. So, yeah, one of those ones that we were powerless to stop, unfortunately. Calafiori, why does he want to come here when we don't have Champions League? Hey, look, we've got to rely on the sporting project. We have to rely on the strength of the sporting project to get players to come right now. That is the reality of the situation, people. We are relying on the sporting project. What will a good season be for us? Top 4. We have to come top 4. We have to get back into the Champions League. But top 4 in the Conference League, I think, is realistic. Yes, big up, brother. Big up. Yes, appreciate the super chat from Chelsea Empire. Big love. Speaking facts on these owners, you will always get my support. We can't lower standards and let these owners make rash decisions that haven't won a thing to back up their actions. Yeah, look, ultimately, it's my opinion. If any evidence would suggest that things aren't great right now, I want these guys to do well. I actually like them. I've interacted with Todd Bowley on a number of occasions. He's a very nice man, always got time for the fans. He speaks well, very nice guy. I don't have an issue with the individuals. All I'm saying is that right now their actions aren't matching up with their words. That's my big issue. Is that what they've said since they've been here is not matched by their actions. So that would be my big problem. But love for the super chat, bro. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I will continue to call things out as I see fit. when necessary, because I think those things are really important. And ultimately, it's all love in the chat with everyone. I appreciate everyone that supports the channel, everyone that tunes in. You know, we have different opinions on things. That's cool. We all want Chelsea to do well at the end of the day. Arsenal have proven otherwise. They won shit and make bigger revenue than Chelsea. Gilchrist is going on loan. I don't think Gilchrist is going to be a long-term Chelsea player. That's my honest opinion on the scenario. I think the fans are naive. For 20 years, Chelsea's never regularly broke through players, yet the talent has never stopped. Parents and players see the yeah. Look, look. There's no doubt about it. As a youngster, as a parent of a youngster or whatever, that if you have a chance to go to Chelsea for your upbringing and your footballing education, you go there, because the track record from the academy is second to none. Whether those guys play for the first team or not, you know that if you're schooled at Cobham, you will go on to have a very good career as a football player, a very, very good career, no doubt about it whatsoever. No pathway to the first team, and if you do, you get sold off for Madrid. It doesn't look good no matter how you spin it. Yeah, look, ultimately for me, the most important thing right now is that the first team improves. The first team has to improve. It must. It absolutely must improve. There's a lot of things that need to improve, but we must improve. We must improve the first team. We must. If your first team isn't delivering, yeah, exactly. This is my point. This has been one of my gripes with the ownership, is that I'm not necessarily against making changes, not at all. But my biggest issue is that the most important thing right now is getting the first team back on track. The first team has been shit for 2 years, and we don't seem to be doing anything to try and sort out the mess that is going on right now. Sort out the mess at the first team first, and then go with it. That's my thing. The owners are not here to win. Big up for the super chat from Indefinite. Appreciate it, brother. Owners are not here to win. They're here to build equity. We are next to beef jerky in their portfolio. No trophies are coming with just kids spineless. Fair enough. I don't necessarily fully agree with that opinion, but yeah, no, fair enough, brother. Appreciate the support as always. It's their money lost if they don't make the club better all round. Yeah, absolutely. What else have we got? Look, by the way, I'm not against the people coming in are exciting people, talented people. Joe Shields, great guy. Sam Jewell, great, reputation. There's a geezer coming from Benfica. Look, I'm not saying that these changes are bad, by the way. In terms of the personnel coming in, but it's a big act to follow. A big act to follow. And it'll be interesting to see what it means for the academy. At the end of the day, I think the academy will probably be all right. We've got an academy graduate as captain. We've got former academy players playing for Arsenal's, Man United's, Newcastle's, Bayern's, AC Milan's. I don't think these changes aren't going to stop wanting people to join the academy. That absolutely isn't the problem at all. I actually think the changes are quite good. They could be exciting. But it's more about the way that the changes have happened rather than the actual changes itself is the point that I'm trying to get to here. Guys, there's so much coming in. As I said, I'll try and get read as much out as I can. Everything is PR. All of our targets that are top notch is PR, and it was never going to happen. The main priority for these owners is unknown kids. Let's wait and see. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree that I just don't agree with the notion that they don't want to win. I really don't. I can't get on board with that. That's not for me, that one. But yeah, anyway, I think we spent more than enough time discussing the academy and whatnot. By the way, people, 99 likes. Let's get a flake with that and make it 100. Big yourselves up, people. Keep smashing that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's run us up over 100 likes, guys. We need one more like. 140 in the building. We are now heading to up to, let's get this to 120, guys. Come on, people. Keep smashing that like button. I'm going to go for another 10, 15 minutes or so let's keep it moving. Right. What was I going to move on to next? This transfer window, all we needed was 2 players, goalkeeper and striker, that are top-notch players. Yeah, I hear you. We don't need a lot, but we need to address in key areas. And as of July 4th, we are yet to do so. As of July 4th, we are yet to do so. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. We're gonna have to wait and see. We need experience, not kids. I agree. 2 words: Papa Jitterboji. I remember him. Right. Let me have a quick look on the old Twitter right now with what's going on in terms of news. Let me see what we need to cover first, because people are saying that Napoli and shit have reduced their asking price and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Right. What else is happening? No, not interested in that. Whilst we're on the theme of signing youngsters and whatnot, let's go with another report from yesterday afternoon. Chelsea have made an offer for Wesley. Corinthians Wesley, 19-year-old Brazilian. Corinthians want just under 17 million quid for him. He's 19 years age. Left winger, can play on the right side, can play as a second striker. West Ham are also interested. Clubs in France are interested as well. Nice, there's interest from Porto and Roma as well. I've got to be honest, at this point for me, this just appears to be talent hoarding, because where on earth is the room for him? It's just talent hoarding. It's just literally player trading on another level right now. That is what it is. I don't know an awful lot about Wesley. He's meant to be a talented boy. He's played 72 games for Corinthians already at just 19 years of age. He made the provisional squad for the Copa America, so he's knocking on the door of the national team. But he's not quite there yet. Obviously a talented boy, but there's no room for him. There is no room at the inn whatsoever. And this is my point here. We need to expand the multi-club model, because right now there are nowhere near enough places to send these kids. We need to buy a club. We need to buy a club elsewhere as well. We absolutely need another football club somewhere, whether it's Brazil, wherever it might be. We need to bring more in. I think we should buy a daycare close to Cobham to make sure we have someone to watch all the kids. Yeah, maybe the little Cobham nursery. Somewhere where the parents can just drop their kids off for the day. Chelsea are reported to be obviously looking at potential clubs in South America, but I think you can look at clubs in Portugal, South America. That would make the most sense. 100%. That would make the most sense. No doubt about it in my mind. That's what makes the most sense right now. But whether we get that or not remains to be seen. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm unsure right now. But we're going to find out. We are going to find out whether we get another club or not. But that, for me, let's hold fire on bringing in more and more youngsters. Let's maybe expand the multi-club model first, so that we've got more clubs that can actually sign these players, and we've got more clubs that we can send them to. That's the most important thing right now. Yeah, it was from Foot Mercato in France, the French outlet, that the Corinthians are going to sell this window. whether it's West Ham, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Nice, Roma, Porto, whoever it might be, Wesley is expected to leave Corinthians this summer. That is the plan. Wesley expected to leave Corinthians this summer. That is the plan right now at this point in time, guys. I don't really know why we're buying this one. Probably an opportunity to make money. If you sign him for 17 million quid, you're obviously going to make a profit on him. It's just another one of those that will be flipped for profit at the end of the day. That's the reality of the situation here. There's not really too much more to add on it. It's really like if we want the player, I think we can push. The fact we've got, we've made a lot of signings from South America probably bodes well. He obviously played against Esteval the other night. They swapped shirts in the game. Say what you want. But yeah, we're gonna go with it, and we're gonna see what happens on that one. I don't know if there's going to be any situation where where this guy actually plays for the first team if we do get him. Yeah, I don't think he will. Talking about buying another club. I've not seen anything on that, but yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we will buy another club this window. The multi-club model needs to expand because you can only send 3 players on loan to Strasbourg. So yeah, we need to expand it. We absolutely need to expand it for sure. But yeah, guys, 134 in the building still. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Run it up. Let's get this to 120 likes if we can. 130 likes, it would be brilliant. 15 more likes. Keep smashing that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well. Let's see if we're getting any closer. Yeah, 3 more to 10,370. Let's make sure that we get there, guys. Let's make sure we get there. But anyway, I think that clear method of sustaining itself for now. Maybe. What comes at the top? Yeah, Enzo was the top selling shirt last season. I mean, that's confirmed by the club. Yeah, guys, keep smashing the like button, keep subscribing as well. It was from Fab some weeks ago, fair enough. No excuses this year, bro. We're going on 3rd season under this ownership. Yeah, we have to get Champions League next season. There are no excuses, guys, not to be in the Champions League next season. We must. We simply must. No ifs or buts. No if, buts, or maybes. It is a must. If the owners are ambitious, then after $1 billion spent, how do we still need a striker? Yeah, sure. Look, I absolutely get that. What I would counter that with is that obviously the money's not all been spent on the first team, but I absolutely get your point that all this money that's been spent and 2 of the most glaring positions in the squad have still not been filled. We've needed a striker for years, and that's still not been filled. So I absolutely hear you on that one, brother. I'm absolutely with you. So yeah, I'm absolutely with you. I'm fully on board with that, mate. I get it. Charlie linked to Tony. Chelsea linked to Tony. Are they? I mean, I haven't really noticed that. But yeah, this Wesley one is Look, whether it happens or look, I'm not really that. I don't care if it happens or not because at the end of the day, I think we're unlikely to even see this geezer he play for us. So that's that. No, I haven't really got any further comments to make on the Wesley move other than hopefully he just picks somewhere else. That would be ideal. Maybe he picks somewhere else. That would be better for him, really. That would be better for him. So there we go. Let's have a look. We've had Esteval's agent speaking. Let's get into that, people. sticking with the young Brazilian theme. For me, it's conference, one of Carabao or FA, and top four would be a good season. Yeah, sure. I agree. Linked to Tony, that's another PR thing to make us think we don't want Tony. I'm sure of it. Yeah, look, I think, yeah, certainly, like, once the Euros are done, things will definitely pick up. 100% things will pick up once the Euros are done. You know, 100%. Apparently, as of today, the club is 85 million out and 85 million in. Yeah, look, I absolutely get it. You know, yeah, sure, there's profits to be made. No doubt about it. No doubt about it whatsoever. David is the main target and the only affordable one. Look, I think David is an obvious choice. I mean, maybe it's too obvious, too simple to do. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it is too obvious. I don't really know. But yeah, anyway, let's get this stuff up from Esteval's agent, because apparently, according to him, Chelsea see Esteval as a 10. So let's have a look. Yeah, everyone can spend now. Yeah. Esteval's agent on why they chose Chelsea. The whole project was worked out with the player's father, who is a former athlete. Chelsea's project is to have a new young team with organisation and investment. They also see Esteval playing as a number 10. They see Esteval in that role. It's an important thing. So Chelsea see Esteval as a 10, which makes that interesting, because you've got Cole Palmer, you've got Christopher Nkunku, and then Esteval. You're going to have Esteval, Palmer, and Nkunku as three number 10s. In a 4-3-3 under Maresca, there isn't even a number 10. So yeah, what's going on here with that one is interesting. But they see him Chelsea see him see Esteval as a 10, according to his agent. They see him as a 10. So let's wait and see what happens when he comes. Let's see what happens when he comes. But guys, 135 in the building still. Keep running those likes up. We're 116 on the likes. Let's get this to 120, people. 120. We need to get it there. Keep pushing, guys. I think we're going to start playing a lot more kids this season since Maresca has zero control. Look, I think absolutely the kids will play in the Conference League. No doubt about it. The kids will definitely play in the Conference League. And to be honest, with the sort of teams that you're going to play in the group stage or whatever, yeah, absolutely. I don't necessarily think there's any particularly decent teams in it. I've done that. We're going to play with 3 10s at some point. Maybe we will. I hope not, brother. I hope not. I hope it's not looking like it might go that way. I really hope not. But look, ultimately, we have to try and trust the people in charge. I know it's difficult right now to trust the people in charge, but that's what we have to try and do. And they need to win that trust back. He also claims Esteval's agent is also the biggest client up. Of course he is. He has quality, talent, speed, change of direction, intelligence. In fact, if you compare Neymar at his age, Esteval is above what Neymar was. At 17, Esteval plays better than Neymar did at 17. Whether he will reach Neymar's peak, we will only know with time. Big up again for the super chat, brother. Premier League clubs won't be spending big anymore. Most signs will be under 50 mil. Yeah, look, I think the days of the big signings are maybe they're behind us. Maybe they are behind us. I think there's absolutely a possibility. There's absolutely potentially some truth in that as well. Yeah, I agree. Just play the B team in the Conference League for sure. Palmer and Enzo so far are going to be the ownership's golden eggs. We have to make way and get rid of Palmer for Esteval and Kendry Pires. I don't think that's going to happen. Look, I'm not as bothered about Esteval and Pires, because they're meant to be two of the biggest talents coming out of South America. I don't mind that so much. If I'm being totally honest, I don't mind that so much. What else we got? 2027 Parma to Real Madrid. Here we go. let's wait and see. But yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people in Brazil do think that Esteval's better than Neymar, or at that age, and that Esteval is the best Brazilian-born player since Neymar. So there's some pressure on the kid. All we've got to do is wait and see how it develops and see what happens there. See what happens. Absolutely see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else there is going on at the moment. We're not gonna talk about fucking a masseuse leaving. Not interesting at all. Yeah, we know that Aaron Anselmino is going to join the club. That's all but done, just pending an official announcement. Another one from South America, 19-year-old centre back. But yeah, let's see. Is there anything else to discuss? Yes, we know we want to sign Murillo. He's too expensive. Let's wait and see if that changes at all. There we go. I don't think there's anything further to go through, guys. Let's see what we're saying. If we start winning, we won't care if Billy the Kitman leaves. No, bro, I hear it. Yeah, look, I don't see Cole Palmer going anywhere. I really don't. But the reality of the situation is, guys, is that we need to start winning soon, and we need to start getting back into the Champions League, because these guys have joined on the premise that the club are going to get back into the Champions League very shortly. That is the premise. That is the premise as to why a lot of these players joined. So we do need to make sure that we get into the Champions League very quickly. To be honest, our talent idea is top notch. Yeah, look, I haven't got an issue necessarily with a lot of the talent idea. I think the majority of it has been pretty decent. As you say, the managerial idea, on the other hand, has been dreadful, absolutely dreadful. I think we can safely say that. I think there's no transfer due to Euros. Yeah, it definitely slows things down. Yeah, potentially. Let's wait and see on that one. That'll be decided after the Euros. Although a new contract hasn't fully been ruled out for Connor. It hasn't fully been ruled out. Talent ID is all right, but at least Roman used to slowly integrate them into the first team. We should not be promising all these kids they'll play. Look, I don't know if we are promising, but I do agree. You know, if we start lying in that, it's going to become obvious pretty quickly that we've not been truthful in certain situations. I think this team can finish in the top four. You know, we were very close to finishing in the top four last season. A bit more experience would have definitely finished in the top four. So I think that the team is good enough for top four. Yeah, I agree. We missed it by about 5 or 6 points last season. This team is good enough for the top four. The bigger question is, do we have the consistency for the top four? That's the main one. It's not about, are we good enough? It's, do we have the consistency to make the top four? And that would be more of a concern for me, guys. Consistency. Do we have it to come top four? Bring on the signings. We can't chance our injury record this season. Yeah, I hear you. Lavia and Fofana. Yeah, Lavia and Fofana. That'll be like 2 new signings. They will be reporting for pre-season training. They're going to be fit for pre-season training as well, which is a big, big plus. Hopefully they come through that unscathed. If we don't get into Champions League, the best players the best players will start to ask about leaving. I absolutely agree in that one. I think Maresca's coming in at a great time. I reckon Potter would have done a better job with this team. Yeah, I agree. Like, Potter wasn't great, but people were saying that it was all Potter's fault. We're soon finding out now that isn't the case. You know, I think, you know, if Chelsea had stuck with Potter, you know, we wouldn't be in a worse situation now. Absolutely not in my mind. Absolutely not. I think the signing of KDH confirms Connor will be leaving. Yeah, you could definitely say that, or it definitely may be a sign that maybe, you know, tries to force him closer to the exit door. I think you can definitely make a point for that. No, but it's been recorded. It's just not been released. So I mean, I don't know what's going on as to why that's not been released yet. But that that hasn't been released. So we are going to have to wait and see on that one. We are going to have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, look, let's see what happens for the rest of the day. Let's see what happens for not the rest of the day, but the rest of the window. There's opportunities. There's all sorts. I think we're good enough for top four. Yeah, it's the consistency. That's absolutely the consistency for me. We should invest in a hyperbolic time chamber for this season. Yeah, maybe we should pick up. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look if there's any final things to go through. I don't think there necessarily is. My contacts, we are not willing to sell Gallagher. Only I don't see anyone offering 45 or 50 million pounds for Gallagher. I just don't see it. Look, I think we've known that Chalobah only wants to go to a Champions League team. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, I think Gallagher and Chalobah are going to be harder to shift than people think. I think we should wait till Euros is over. A lot of options on players. Yeah. Look, I'm not worried about the transfer window necessarily. Look, I think it's been underwhelming so far, but I'm fully aware there is plenty of time left in the window to change things. Plenty of time to change things in the window. We have great talent in our squad, but we are not reinforcing what we need. We need a clinical striker, and we have, since we bought Lukaku, I agree. I agree that positions have been neglected with all the money spent that we should have been addressing straight away. But yeah, guys, I am going to round out this one. Stuart, big up for joining, brother. Just about to round out, but I'm sure you can catch up if you wish to. But big up for joining in anyway. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up for the support. Big up for the love, guys. As always, appreciate each and every single one of you. Big up for the super chats that have been sent in during the stream as well. Love for all of your support, guys. Smash that like button on the way out. Let's get this to 130 likes on the way out. We are on 125 right now. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel on your way out if you're new around here. Heading towards 10.4K. So smash that subscribe button. Smash those likes. Get them up to 130, 140 on the way out if we can. I'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, guys. 3 p.m. Friday afternoon. I'll be back. Let's see what goes on in the next 24 hours or so. In the meantime, make sure you check out the 2 videos on the channel that have dropped over the last couple of days. A lowdown on Aaron and Silmino and the Leicester City view on Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Make sure you check out both those videos, guys. Smash the like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your evening. Love and peace out, people.